Hey friends, I took part in the 6th round of the Queer Lit Readathon that took place from November 29th to December 5th, 2020. It's one of my favorite readathons of the year, and this year I read 6 queer books for it. I started the readathon right at midnight on November 29th by impulsively grabbing something that was not on my TBR, The Gentleman's Guide to Getting Lucky by Mackenzie Lee. This is a novella that takes place immediately after The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. It's a cute story about bisexual and previously promiscuous Monty trying to have sex with his inexperienced gay boyfriend. It's a surprisingly sweet story. It doesn't shy away from how awkward and uncomfortable sex can be while still rooting the entire experience in love, consent, body positivity, and sex positivity. I'm giving The Gentleman's Guide to Getting Lucky by Mackenzie Lee 4 stars. I wanted to read some nonfiction as well for the Queer Lit Readathon, so I picked up the memoir Being Jazz, My Life as a Transgender Teen by Jazz Jennings. Jazz and her family figured out that she's trans at a really young age, meaning that she was able to socially transition as a child. Jazz tells her story, and as she was a teenager when writing this, she really just sounds like a kid speaking with her friends. The memoir is funny, honest, and approachable. I'm giving Being Jazz, My Life as a Transgender Teen by Jazz Jennings 4 stars. Switching back to fiction, I read the novel The Summer of Jordi Perez and the Best Burger in Los Angeles by Amy Spalding. This novel is about the sapphic romance between fashion-obsessed plus-size blogger Abby and photographer Jordi. Both girls have summer internships at a trendy boutique and are competing for a job in the fall. They totally fall for each other. This has really well written and interesting relationships, as Abby also begins a friendship with her best friend's boyfriend's best friend, her friend-in-law, if you will, and joins him on his quest to find the best burger in LA. At the same time, she's going through things with her healthy food blogger mother, who means well, I think, but consistently fat shames her daughter, which is not great. This book is also filled with plenty of witty and tweetable one-liners. I'm giving The Summer of Jordi Perez by Amy Spalding 4 stars. Next, I picked up All We Can Do Is Wait by Richard Lawson. This is about a group of teenagers who meet in a hospital waiting room after a bridge collapses in Boston. They're all waiting to find out what happened to their loved ones, and they bond with these other lonely strangers. My problem with this book is that it is yet another bury your gaze book. I've also seen a lot of complaints about it being a slow-paced book, with most of the narrative being told in flashbacks, with the fast-paced traumatic day only existing as a framing device. It isn't a plot-heavy book, but really a series of intimate character studies using multiple points of view. I'm giving All We Can Do Is Wait by Richard Lawson 4 stars. One last piece of nonfiction, Genderqueer by Maya Kobabe. This is an autobiographical comic. Maya uses am/er pronouns, and this comic shares our story of figuring out gender and gender identity and how that overlaps with being asexual. It's honest and optimistic. It was also something that I think I needed to read. I'm giving Genderqueer by Maya Kobabe 4 stars. The last book I read was the fantasy novel In Other Lands by Sarah Rees Brennan. 13-year-old Elliot is smart and obnoxious. He gets recruited to live in the Borderlands, a fantasy magical world that few humans have access to. Elliot befriends the only elf at his school, Serene Heart in the Chaos of Battle, who comes from a society where gender roles are reversed. Her best friend Luke is from a powerful family of warriors and is friendly, popular, and likable, all the things that Elliot isn't. We get to see several years of Elliot's life when he's growing up in the Borderlands military school. We see him grow up, find his place in this new world as a diplomat, and figure out that he's bisexual. He meets elves, trolls, harpies, and eventually a mermaid. Honestly, there were not enough mermaids in this book to justify them being on the cover. I also found the writing about gender roles to be clumsy and heavy-handed. I'm giving In Other Lands by Sarah Rees Brennan 4 stars. Those are the 6 queer books I read for the Queer Lit Readathon, and let me know in the comments what queer book I should read next. And if you want to see more from me, please subscribe, watch another video of mine, or support me on Patreon. And hey, I love you!